E aí galera do YouTube, tudo bom com vocês? Bem-vindo a mais um vídeo de Genshin Impact. E hoje nós estamos aqui finalmente para terminar as missões do evento que está tendo aqui, ó, das cores do Jardim Violeta. Finalmente nós já liberou aqui a última parte, que vai ser esse e esse aqui logo em seguida. Então, sem enrolar demais, só falta isso. E também tem isso aqui, mas isso aqui é só questão de tempo, falta só 7 horas. Esse e esse. Não precisa ser gravado, né? Eu não tô gravando, então... Vamos terminar, vamos lá. Curti que trocaram a animação, cara. Mas vamos lá. Hoje nós vamos de Anfei. Eu duvido que vai ter alguma briga nesse vídeo, mas né. Botei nela o set que tava na Ganyu e a arma da Ningguang. Aí ela ficou bem forte. Ficou bem forte, pra falar a verdade. Simbora. Vamos ver como é que... O que eles vão falar sobre o último retrato. Foi sua investigação. Então nos conte a grande verdade.
Though all the craftsmen involved were very experienced, the process was still unsuccessful. Every blade that was forged was defective. When the deadline came, the blade still wasn't finished. So the craftsmen all fled and hid for fear of punishment. The Kaedahara clan and Yashiro Commission then conducted an investigation. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan eventually tracked down the craftsmen near the seaside. However, they met fierce resistance from the craftsmen, and in the end they were unable to prevent them from escaping by sea.
Ainda conseguiram fugir, cara?
Was severely punished for the swordsmiths that had escaped,
and
the family gradually fell into decline. Moreover, I heard that the head of the Kamisato clan was injured by the fleeing swordsmiths, which combined with his advanced age caused him to pass away shortly thereafter.
Yes. The sudden passing of the family head left the Kamisato clan leaderless. Treacherous people took advantage of the situation and put the family's status in the Yashiro Commission at jeopardy. This single incident had profound effects. Even after the position as head of the clan was passed to my father, the Kamisato clan still wasn't able to regain its prior reputation.
Entendo.
But, thanks to my brother, everything is getting better now.
O cara é um gênio. A missão dele foi horrível, mas o cara é um gênio. Foi mal, bati no microfone. Tinha uma muriçoca voando, eu fui tentar pegar, foi direto no microfone.
However, the story of the five Kassen seems to imply that the failure didn't stem from a lack of skill, but rather the diagram had been tampered with by someone. Miss Kamisato, I heard yesterday that the Yashiro Commission has still kept the diagram ever since the failed forging all those years ago. Might I ask you to do me a favor?
Yes, I understand. I will go back and search for the diagram. Please come meet me at the Kamisato estate later.
Ok. E é pra lá que nós vamos também. Um palácio tingido de preto. Ato 4. Tá claro? Ah, tá. Ah! Que é isso? Olha só, deixa eu ver se tem mais alguma coisa por aqui. Eu não, faz muito tempo desde a última vez que entrei aqui. Eu não tava olhando Pokémon. Ok, vamos lá.
Everyone, I've managed to find the old diagram.
Nice! Tem algum ferreiro aqui?
Is well preserved. You can still tell that it's seen at least 3 or 4 centuries of history.
Whoa, that's pretty old. Is it still possible to find any evidence of tampering?
At this point, we can only try our luck and see how we fare.
How? Vaselina com água assim. Tu quer que eu leia isso, fera? Foi mal, eu não sei essa
Although the
língua.
effect is not too obvious, you can still see that some words have now started to smudge. Kazuha, this is clear evidence that this chart was indeed tampered with. Someone framed the Kaedahara clan all those years ago.
I see. But I fear that I've discovered this secret too late. When my grandfather was young, he proposed reviving the Ishin art many times to my great-grandfather. But my grandfather was only scolded for being too foolhardy. Yesterday, the former family servant said that my great-grandfather even went to the Yashiro Commission to request that diagram from the head of the Kamisato clan. He then showed that diagram to my grandfather and asked him and his subordinates to try to forge the sword. Sure enough, my grandfather also failed. My great-grandfather then told him, if you can't find the secret within, then the Ishin art deserves to fade from the world. My grandfather left Inazuma in a rage after hearing those words. He didn't ever see my great-grandfather again, even till the day of his passing. Looking back at it now, the argument between the two of them was simply meaningless.
Oh, Kazuha.
I heard that your great-grandfather was very industrious when he was young, but later in life, he no longer bothered with the forging arts. It appears that his failure took quite a toll on him.
Kazuha, did your great-grandfather really say, if you can't find the secret within? Did he use those exact words?
Yes. The servant said that he personally heard those words, and still remembers them very clearly. My grandfather was so angry at the time that he smashed my great-grandfather's cherished bonsai tree.
O bisavô dele sabia?
Yes, it appears that you understand my meaning. Kazuha, if your great-grandfather thought that the Ishin art lacked finesse, then after witnessing his son's failure, wouldn't he have said something more along the lines of, your skills aren't sufficient? But instead he said, if you can't find the secret within. Don't you find that a little strange?
Huh? Oh.
Ele
So you're
sabia.
saying my
Exato.
great-grandfather may have very well known that the failure was due to someone's tampering?
Yeah.
Yes. The current evidence suggests that is highly likely.
I apologize, but would you all please accompany me to the Tenryou Commission?
Oh.
After I became a wanted criminal, the Tenryou Commission seized my family's last remaining estate, which contained all of my family's old belongings. I want to inquire about the whereabouts of those belongings. If I can find them, we might be able to get some clues.
Alright, let's get moving.
Let's go, bora. Mais um teleporte. Então o avô dele sabia que alguém tinha mexido com os documentos, né? Com o diagrama das armas. Quer dizer, ou ele sabia que eles tinham feito alguma coisa, mas não sabia exatamente o que.
What are you all doing here? Did something happen on Rito?
Kujo Sara. Perhaps you still remember me.
É claro.
Yes, I do. You're Kaedahara Kazuha, a wanted criminal during the Vision Hunt decree. However, your arrest warrant has since been repealed.
Sarah, we'd like to ask about the Kaedahara clan's property that was seized by the Tenryou Commission. Do you know where all their belongings are now?
Yes, the items seized at that time are currently stored in the warehouse next to the police station. Since Kaedahara has come back to Inazuma, those items should be returned to their rightful owner.
No, I'm afraid you misunderstand. I'm not here to reclaim those belongings. I just want to investigate them for a personal matter.
I see. All right, I'll inform the police station. They'll take you into the warehouse.
Thank you, Sarah!
Sarah tem esse jeitão dela, mas ela sempre tenta ajudar.
Kaedahara, about the Vision Hunt
Ela sempre tá disposta a ajudar, fera.
That's all in the past now, Kujo-Sara. There's no need to mention it again. I know you've also had your own convictions and struggles. However, may I ask something of you?
Pula!
Yes? What is it?
Caraca, homem.
Currently, I have no plans to stay in Inazuma. As a result, those items from my family's estate are of no use to me. Madam Kujo, I believe you are a person of integrity. After our investigation is over, I'd like to ask if you can handle those belongings for me. Please, sell them, and use the money to help the poor.
All right, I understand. I'll be sure to take care of it.
Escolheu a pessoa certa pra isso. A Sarah... Como esperado de alguém com o nome Sarah. Muito bem, o que nós viemos descobrir aqui. Seu guarda.
You must be here to investigate the Kaedahara clan's belongings. Well, Madam Kujo's already informed me of the situation.
Follow me, please.
Please come this way.
Please come this way.
The Kaedahara clan's belongings are stored in this warehouse. Unfortunately, the items are scattered throughout in order to save space. My deepest apologies.
It's okay.
However, I have clearly marked the corresponding items, so they shouldn't be too difficult to find. I'll be waiting for you at the door. Please, come see me if you require any assistance.
Kazuha, since the items are scattered throughout the building, I propose we split up and look for clues.
Yes, sounds like a plan. Thanks for your help, everyone.
E lá vamos nós. Tem alguma coisa pegável aqui? Calma aí, antes de falar com vocês eu quero ver se tem alguma coisa pegável. Que não é sempre que eu vou poder entrar aqui, né? Ok, não tem nada. Vamos começar por aqui e terminar lá na Yaka.
Oh, it's you. Unfortunately, I have yet to find anything of value here.
Whoa, this folding screen looks pretty old though.
Yes, perhaps if it were better maintained, then it could fetch a decent price. However, I doubt it could be sold in its current condition. I was taking a closer look just now and noticed a large piece of dirt caught in the fabric fibers on the back side. The soil is deeply embedded into the cloth. That means a great deal of force was used when the dirt was lodged into the cloth. It's likely that this patch of dirt is from the very flower pot thrown by Kazuha's grandfather.
Ah!
Because this is not what we're looking for now. Let me think. If I wanted to leave a message behind, I would probably choose to leave it on something a little more special.
Makes sense.
Albedo seems to be thinking pretty hard. We better not bother him.
Vamos pro próximo. Venti, my boy.
There must be some around here somewhere.
Ele tá procurando vinho. Se tudo isso aqui tá procurando vinho.
Do you see all these pots here? Some of them are bound to have liquor inside.
Everyone else is trying hard to help, and you're over here looking for a drink?
I merely jest, of course. Come on, we're close to uncovering the truth now. Why do you
Brincando.
look so worried?
Sei.
Well, Paimon doesn't really get why Kazuha told Sarah to sell all these belongings. What if we don't end up finding anything today? Then wouldn't Kazuha lose the chance of finding out what really happened all those years ago?
I know you are worried about Kazuha, but if you ask me, he is stronger than you think.
Yes, it is.
Since Kazuha made such a request to Sarah, that indicates he's already made his choice. Whether we find out the truth or not today, or whatever it turns out to be, he's ready to accept it.
Intuição de Arconte.
No, not intuition. Rather, I've lived for a long time now.
É
So
verdade.
you could say I have some experience in reading people. Leave the things here to me. You two can look around elsewhere.
Ok. Shinkyu.
What did you find, Shinjo?
I found quite the pile of old books.
É, na impressão minha ela chamou ele de Shinkyu. E não Shinsho, como todo mundo fala.
This pile over here is all about plants and flowers.
The books about plants and flowers must have belonged to Kazuha's great-grandfather.
I skimmed through them just now, but I didn't find anything particularly worth noting. I shall take a closer look and let you know if I find anything.
Ok. O cara dos livros cuida dos livros. O cara das bebidas cuida das bebidas. Albedo da arte. E a Ayaka das katanas, armas, itens de treinamento. Que foi, Ayaka?
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's me.
I'm currently investigating the sword rack.
Since the Kaedahara
Pode ser.
is a family of renowned
Exato.
swordsmiths,
Faria sentido.
this blade should be super valuable, right?
Paimon. A gente tá procurando pistas, Paimon.
I'm afraid not. Although the sword rack is made of fine wood, the swords placed here appear to be quite ordinary. Due to the dire financial situation of the late Kaedahara clan, everything of value has probably been sold off already. The blade on the sword hasn't been sharpened, but there are many signs of use on the hilt. Perhaps Kaedahara used it for training as a child.
Fancy! Oh, there seems to be a couple uneven characters
Kazu
etched into
Ha.
the scabbard. Kazu-ha. Wow, so it really was Kazuha's! Paimon can imagine what Kazuha was like as a kid.
Paimon.
I will continue investigating here and call you if I find anything interesting.
Ok. Acabamos.
Everyone, I've found something that you should all have a look at.
Oh, seems Kazuha discovered something. Let's go see what he's got.
Tome. Pera. Agora sim.
This flower pot was in my house for a long time. I heard that it was left behind by my great-grandfather.
Yeah, the plants seem to have been dead for a while now.
Well, after my great-grandfather stopped studying the forging arts, he picked up the hobby of keeping bonsai plants. Most of his prized plants were given to others once he became seriously ill. But he specifically left behind this dead plant at the time. And he even instructed my grandfather not to throw it away in his will. My grandfather deeply regretted that he never managed to reconcile with my great-grandfather, so he left the plant exactly as it was. But now that I think about it, my great-grandfather could very well have left it behind for other reasons.
Pô, garoto.
Now that you mention it, this flower pot is kind of suspicious.
Suspicious.
Let's take a closer look, shall
Shall we? Compartimento secreto. Oh. Um monte de papéis em branco. Bota na água, Paimon. Lembra, Paimon, água. Paimon, água, Paimon.
No, I do not think that is the case here. See the paper? It's quite yellowed, which means it's very old.
Exato.
You mean to say that these sheets have been written with special ink? Like that which Miss Kamisato found before?
Yes, I agree with this hypothesis.
Hypothesis.
Let's give it a dunk then.
There is a pond outside the police station. I'll use the water there.
E a gente sai. Oh. Esse foi um barulho de uma missão completada. Eram.
Just as everyone guessed, after I sprinkled some water onto the paper, writing did indeed begin to appear on it. It is a letter written by my great-grandfather.
What does the letter say?
É algo que você pode nos dizer, exato? Essa é a primeira pergunta.
I'll tell you what my great-grandfather knew at the time, but before that, I wish to take you somewhere. Everyone, please follow me.
Ok. Distância. Cheguei na praia. E aí? O que é que rola agora? Vai rolar alguma cutscene legal, né? Certeza.
Why did you lead us to this beach?
It is. In fact, my great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan tracked the fleeing swordsmiths to this very location. Our hypothesis was correct. My great-grandfather was well aware of the truth behind the defective blades. And it was right here where they encountered the culprit who framed the Kaedahara clan and the Raiden Gokaden. It reads, "To whoever reads this letter, I, Kaedahara Yoshinori, have been held to a certain secret throughout my entire life. I don't have much longer in this world, and after much consideration, I finally decided to disclose the matter. All those years ago, when I was pursuing the swordsmiths alongside Commissioner Kamisato of the Yashiro Commission, I was not injured by one of the fleeing smiths.
The truth is,
it was night, and after the clues led us down to shore, I waited for the culprits to show themselves. However, there were no swordsmiths in sight, only a single eccentric stranger. This stranger claimed to be the one behind the failed forgings, and said that he had been patiently waiting for us. He then threatened to destroy the Gokaden. Body, and in a blink of an eye, myself and the accompanying samurai had been defeated. Commissioner Kamisato was severely wounded, and I barely escaped death myself. My hat had fortunately blunted a blow to my head. The unusual stranger could have easily claimed my life at that moment. But, after noticing my appearance, he stopped his attacks and sternly asked if I had any connection with the name Niwa. I answered that it was my father's surname, and after my father disappeared, I was adopted by the Kaedahara family. Upon hearing my answer, the stranger paused. After a long silence, he suddenly said, "Tell her this. My name is Kunikuzushi." He then turned and left.
Então esse é o nome do escaramucho verdadeiro? Kunikuzushi? Kunikuzuhi? Esqueci agora como é que é o nome, alguma coisa assim. Kuni.
Yes. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan escaped from death and learned that the forging diagram had been tampered with by Kunikuzushi. However, due to the encounter, the head of the Kamisato clan was worried that my great-grandfather would be falsely accused of being involved with the perpetrator. So even on his deathbed, the master of the Kamisato clan cautioned my great-grandfather to never speak of what happened, because the perpetrator said he would destroy the Raiden Gokaden. My great-grandfather worried that the perpetrator would still return for vengeance. So, to protect his loved ones, he closed the family business. He said, "As the leader of the Kaedahara clan, I am deeply ashamed to witness the decline of the Isshin art. But as a father, it is my priority to ensure the safety of my children and grandchildren." Yes, that's right. If my grandpa had somehow discovered the secret behind the tampered diagram all those years ago, perhaps my great-grandfather would have told him the truth. Unfortunately, he failed to catch any of the hints in my great-grandfather's words. Miss Kamisato, it appears you were unaware of the happenings that my great-grandfather described here. What are your thoughts?
I suppose the reason the head of the Kamisato house never spoke of this to the family was due to similar safety concerns. If the perpetrator was capable of tampering with even the Shogun's diagrams, and could single-handedly defeat many men, then he is not an ordinary enemy. I will discuss this with my brother shortly, and investigate the identity behind the one called Kunikuzushi. Rest assured, we will act cautiously.
To be honest, as I read the letter, I felt much turbulence in my heart. But now I've managed to calm myself. My great-grandfather said in the letter that he did not wish his descendants to blindly seek revenge and be deceived by things of the past. Though he was in a tight situation when he wrote these words, I feel like they are still valid nonetheless. I think what's most important for each person is not the past, but the present. Even though we must carry the burdens from the past, there are also things we wish to strive for. Therefore, knowing the truth behind what happened is enough for me. I will live on just as my great-grandfather had hoped. That being said, if the enemy from all those years ago is still lurking and plotting to stir up more trouble, then I definitely won't turn a blind eye. These are simply insights I've gathered from all that I've experienced. Thank you all for accompanying me in my search for the truth behind that incident.
Great! Now that we're done here, let's head back to Rito.
O que tu quer, Paimon? Eu nunca confio na Paimon. Quando ela diz alguma coisa, quase certeza que tem segundas intenções. Oh.
Today is the final stage of the Iridori Festival. Not only will there be Shincho's signing event, but Albedo's painting of Kuranishi will also be unveiled. Let's take a stroll through the festival venue. Maybe we'll find everyone there.
Ah, ele fez a última pintura. Pintura de unha feita por Albedo, coberta por um tecido. De relação. Ok, vamos lá. Só me diga que a cerimônia de revelação vai vir depois de um tempo, cara. Eu não quero gravar mais um vídeo só por causa disso, não.
Albedo, why does the portrait of Kuranishi all covered up? Hana wants to see what your Kuranishi portrait looks like.
Don't worry. The unveiling ceremony will be starting shortly. You'll see what it looks like then. I will say that I'm most satisfied with this particular work. I even made a special trip to see someone in order to complete it. They gave me some very valuable suggestions.
Ah. Isso foi bem suspeito.
Is that so? Anyway, there is still time before the ceremony. You may have a look around the venue first.
Ok, ok. Aqui? Não, vende. Olha só o que nós temos aqui.
Well, hello everyone.
Hello.
Hey, what are you two doing together? Don't think we didn't see you two chatting up a storm just now.
Que isso, Paimon?
You stop talking.
Is that so? I'm afraid you're just overthinking things.
We were merely discussing wine and food. I'm sure you two wouldn't be interested.
Speaking of good sides with sake, I personally prefer fried tofu.
Forget it. Even if those two are plotting something, they'd still never let us know.
Né? Nossa senhora. Ok, próximo. Pra cá também? Lá em cima, né? Vamos lá. Ela com certeza vai passar por aqui. Qual é o jogo? Ah, o Shinkyu com o livro dele.
Traveler, Paimon, it's a pleasure to see you.
Eu queria ver como é que é o autógrafo dele.
Indeed it did. Thanks to you, the signing event went off without a hitch. And I must say, the readers seem most satisfied.
Shincho, is that just Paimon or are you on the lookout for something?
You aren't mistaken, though I'm ashamed to admit it. But in fact, I have been on the watch for tourists from Liyue. After all, I came to Inazuma under the pretext of evaluating a potential investment. If an acquaintance were to see me sitting here, then there would be no way to hide the truth from my father.
Oh.
Fortunately, the crowds of readers that came flocking over have kept the usual tourists at bay. Oh, I should mention, Shu is also unaware of the real purpose of my trip. If you happen to meet him, please remember to keep it a secret. Then,
Sem
please
problema.
accept my thanks in advance. I'm sorry that I can't chat long. There are still readers waiting in line.
Ué?
I'll see
Caraca,
you
o tamanho
later at
desse
the
livro,
unveiling
maluco.
ceremony for Kuronushi's portrait.
Tamanho do livro, mano. Não vou ler isso, nada. Eu queria ver como é que é a assinatura dele, mas tudo bem. Por que é tão difícil apertar o X? Hein? Olha só quem nós temos ali em cima. Os dois irmãos.
Ah, greetings, traveler.
Hello.
Paimon.
Oh, Ayato! We finally get to see the busiest person of all.
Yes, there were many things which required my attention these past few days. Fortunately, the Iridori festival is proceeding smoothly. The Tri-Commission cooperated closely to prepare this festival, so at long last, I can take a break today.
Brother and I are very grateful for your help.
No problem. Eu sempre iria ajudar a Yaka quando ela precisa de mim.
Thomas sure is taking his sweet time.
Yes. Today is one of the rare occasions when Brother isn't busy. I was going to buy some books, but he said he wanted to come along. His treat. However, he forgot his wallet at home, so he asked Toma to go back and fetch it for him.
Paimon didn't think Ayato could ever be forgetful like that.
Brother always works diligently, and it's rare for him to ever put his duties to the side and relax. So, Toma and I really cherish such moments when he's forgetful.
Por que a voz da Yaka parece estar bugando? Transformar tua vida em uma light novel? Não sei não, cara. Tua vida tem alguma coisa interessante? Ah, tá. Eu ia dizer, quem é que tá nessa parte do mar? Só pode ser... Aí apareceu ele.
Kazuha, what are you doing here? Why aren't you at the festival?
I came here to take in the sea breeze. Such a bustling atmosphere is never really to my liking. I knew you were still worried about me. Thank you, but please, don't worry. The things I said in front of everyone weren't just pretty-sounding excuses. Look, see this familiar harbor in front of us? Before, you could sit here all day without seeing a single ship pass through. Instead, all you would see were soldiers from the Kanjo Commission, guarding against possible intruders. But now, it's become a bustling place. Not only are foreigners coming to Inazuma again, but traffic between here and Watatsumi Island has also been picking up.
Yeah, Inazuma has already started to change, huh?
I was thinking, in some ways, each and every one of us are similar to this country. It might take a different amount of time for different people, but there will inevitably come a day when each person can let go of their burdens. And when they finally let go, they are free to follow the wind as they please.
Belas falas. Belas falas.
It's time for the portraits unveiling ceremony.
Let's go.
To the 5 Castle Plaza.
Vamos lá, terminar finalmente a missão. Foi da hora, cara. Esse evento foi bom. Não teve muita ação ou coisa do tipo, mas a história foi muito boa. Quando a história é boa, aí vale a pena.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Iridori Festival.
Com certeza vai ter alguma cutscene.
Today we have ushered in the final stage of our festival. And now we will reveal the final portrait of the 5 Kasen, Kuronushi, which was done by none other than our guest artist from Mondstadt, Calx.
Calx.
Paimon has no idea what Albedo's portrait looks like. Oh, this is so nerve-wracking.
Se for a gente é clichê. Se for outra pessoa, eu vou achar da hora.
3, 2, 1.
Ninguém?
This piece depicts nothing but a background. I suppose Calx must have forgotten to include the character. Let's hear some words from Calx himself regarding the creative process behind this piece.
Hello, everyone. First, I would like to say that it was an honor to be invited to create the portraits of the 5 Kasen. The 5 Kasen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their works of poetry. As time passed, poems were composed about them, and they became the subjects of many stories. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the character of Kuronushi is the deepest and most differing of the 5 Kasen. Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. It's as if he is a behind-the-scenes role of the 5 Kasen. Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuronushi. So, in the same way, I also wanted to leave this character to everyone's own imagination. After all, the Irodori Festival is a place for everyone to express their minds through creative works.
Yeah, that's a potato for ya. His super logical explanation is sure to win everyone's approval. Well, it seems that our adventures at the Irodori Festival have come to a close.
A gente tá se esquecendo de algo?
What are you talking about?
Eu também não sei.
Oh, right!
As cartas, é verdade! Quem deixou as páginas? Você tem uma ideia de quem pode ser? Eu não faço ideia, fera. É o... Não sei. Tá ligado ao clã Kaedahara. Kaedahara.
Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to solve the secrets of the Kaedahara clan. Paimon gets it now. Well, at least Paimon thinks she knows.
Você sabe quem?
Let's go. We'll get to the bottom of this.
I don't have no idea. I have no idea. Who is it? É pra procurar a pessoa? Se eu falar com todo mundo, o que acontece? Eu não sei o que vai acontecer se eu falar com ela primeiro.
The one who left the stories of the 5 Kasen. I'm afraid you guessed wrong, Paimon. It wasn't me.
Huh? Really? Oh, Paimon thought for sure you'd be the sneaky and tricky one.
But seeing as you stumbled upon me, you aren't far from finding that person now.
Oh.
Because other than me, there's only one person left.
Eu vou falar com a Ayaka. Eu não quero falar com a pessoa certa não, fera. Eu quero ouvir a fala de todo mundo.
The person who left behind the stories of the 5 Kasen probably chose to do so for Kaedahara's sake. After all, if they wanted to simply tell me what happened, there'd be far easier ways of doing it.
É verdade.
Who is this Jinyu everyone keeps talking about?
Our crowdsourcing competition is now underway. Take part and win prizes.
Home, almighty Shogun.
Tchau, Rika. Só queria falar com a Rika. Eu suspeito de tu, Venti. Eu suspeito muito de tu.
To be honest, I am very grateful to the one who left those stories for us to find. This journey allowed me to uncover the truth behind my family. And I am also very fortunate to have you to accompany me and find the answers.
Beleza, agora eu falo com tu. Ele é o certo?
You're the one behind the stories of the 5 Kasen. But don't you think you overdid it a little? Leading all your friends on a wild hunt like that?
As it just so happens, one of the reasons I'm here today is to explain the details behind this wild hunt.
Então foi ele mesmo.
See how you'll explain yourself out of this one.
First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of Shincho and the editor carrying the books away one night. She thought it was interesting, so she asked me to tease them a bit.
É claro.
That's right. But using the story of the 5 Kasen to guide you to the Kaedahara family's secrets was my personal touch. As for my roundabout approach, well, that was something which I had no choice but to do.
Não teve escolha? Como assim?
Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier. I
Reparei
happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedahara Yoshinori,
com
as
suas
well as
pés
the
em
blank
branco
papers hidden inside.
inclusive no interior.
I knew there was more than meets the eye regarding those papers, but it took me some time to figure out the secret behind the ink. The kind that would only appear when exposed to water. What Kaedahara Yoshinori said in the letter is very important for both the Kamisato clan and the descendants of the Kaedahara clan, especially Kazuha.
E a cachorra tá latindo,
clan used
como
to be
sempre.
subordinates of the Kamisato clan. It was my ancestors who were unable to protect them all those years ago. So now, this obligation fell on my shoulders. Although he has the right to know the truth, the closer he draws to things hidden out of sight, the closer he also draws to danger. I had to confirm whether Kazuha has both the will and ability to be privy to the truth. Of course, I could outright tell him the truth that I had discovered, but maybe he doesn't have the will that's required. In that case, the truth would only become a burden to him. If he lacks the ability, then he wouldn't be able to find the truth in the first place. In which case, it would be better to keep him away from danger altogether. Kaedahara Yoshinori left his message in a roundabout way precisely for this reason. For a long time, I yearned for a suitable opportunity to convey this matter, right up until the night when a legend of sword was smuggled away.
Oh, Paimon gets it now.
Porque envolver todo mundo.
It wasn't only Kazuha. You brought all of the rest of us into this plan of yours.
I figured you would ask this question eventually. I merely saw that this matter would be of value to you. And more importantly, I hoped that while Kazuha and Ayaka were looking for the answers together, they would have some reliable friends by their side. Reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions. Friends who would spare no effort to lend a helping hand in times of trouble. Because it is also very likely that you will face the same enemy together in the future.
Quem exatamente é o Kunikuzushi?
You already know the answer deep down inside.
Eu sei.
Don't you?
Eu sei.
The answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuronushi. When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer,
Escaramuche.
well, you have used it many times before.
Água. Tem alguém que usa água no meu time? Não, né? Espere até meia-noite. Ok. Eu provavelmente vou precisar de água, então deixa eu botar logo um personagem de água no time. Prontinho.
It's getting pretty late, so nobody else is around now.
É a hora.
Yato must have been telling us to splash water on the portrait, right?
Yeah. Eu não vou precisar de nenhum hydro, não. Ah. Escaramuche. E aí?
It's the Balladeer!
Escaramuche.
So he was the one behind the trouble all those years ago!
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before. Also, there's one last thing that we must discuss. I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident made me notice the bonsai plants. I wish to tell you of that incident now. It was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the Sakoku decree. I heard that something had happened at the Tenryou Commission. They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse storing the Commission's articles of evidence and confiscated items. But nothing was stolen. I felt something unusual about that incident. So I told Kujo-Sara of the Tenryou Commission to treat it as if nothing happened. She was not to increase the guard or relocate the warehouse contents. In the meantime, I sent a member of the Shumatsuban to keep watch over the warehouse. And sure enough,
someone was sneaking in and rummaging through the belongings of the Kaedahara clan.
You mean he was also looking for...
I let him search for a while, but in the end, he found nothing. Soon after, he had to leave Inazuma by boat.
Why didn't you send someone to catch him?
The best way to protect a secret is to treat it as if it doesn't exist, is it not? Besides, the identity of this person is not hard to guess. After he left Inazuma, I carefully checked the Kaedahara clan's belongings one by one, and eventually discovered the papers in the hidden compartment of the flower pot. I am certain that the papers are the secret which the infiltrator sought to find, though he couldn't confirm whether this secret existed at all. So, now on to my final question. Which part of Kaedahara Yoshinori's experiences was the secret that needed to be protected? I don't have an answer to this question at present, so I'll leave it to your future self.
Ok.
As for now, please, enjoy yourselves at the Iridori Festival.
Okidoki. Escaramucho. Oh. Ah, o último. Vai vir alguma missão junto? Não, né? Ok. Ah, massa. Ah, eu ganhei uma parada com o 5K. Oh. Ah, realmente funciona, que da hora. Fica por quanto tempo? Ah, da hora, mano. Ai, caraca, achei da hora. Vamos ver isso aí. Terminamos. Finalmente terminamos a primeira parte. Agora só falta essa aqui. Pera, deixa eu pegar. Ah, tá. Aceitar missão, é claro. É óbvio. Ai, minha perna. Que isso? Ah, tá. Aquela missão lá. Não, acho que ainda dá tempo. Acho que ainda dá tempo de fazer isso aqui nesse vídeo. Como o último vídeo do evento, então ele vai ficar, esse vídeo vai ficar um pouquinho longo, mas tudo bem.
You know, according to the arrival schedule, there should be one last ship arriving in Rito today.
Ah.
But the Iridori Festival is coming to an end. Who would be showing up now?
No final, né?
Oh, it's almost time. Let's go to the harbor and take a look.
Let's go. Quem será que vai vir agora? No final. Quem é esta pessoa? Ah, Kokumi!
Traveler Paimon, nice to see you again. Wow! It's Kokumi and Gorou! So the Divine Priestess and the General of Watatsumi Island have come to take part in the Iridori Festival. Yes, but we are not here representing Watatsumi Island's administration. We were invited as individuals.
Oh.
Things are quiet in Watatsumi Island at the moment, and I wanted to buy some books. So I decided to make the trip here.
Nice.
Gorou was not greatly interested in the Irodori Festival, but he said if I was going to Rito, he would join me.
Guarda-costa.
Her Excellency is traveling outside of Watatsumi Island and also meeting her pen pal today. As her general, it is my duty to ensure her safety at every turn.
Pen pal? Yes, we started corresponding just recently.
A Shogun?
My pen pal and
Wow,
I share very
Sarah.
similar tastes in light novels, and we always have a lot of interesting thoughts to share. Of course, there are also times when we fiercely disagree.
Huh.
Since we were both coming to the Irodori Festival this time, we decided to take the opportunity to hold a book review session and discuss our views on various novels in more depth.
Oh.
Sounds pretty professional. Hey, since you both like novels, why don't you try writing one together? Who knows? knows? Maybe you'll shake things up on the Inazuman literary scene.
That's a very interesting idea. It's almost time. Gorou and I must go to meet my pen pal at the agreed upon location.
Kokomi, Paimon's super curious about this pen pal of yours. Can Paimon come with you? Don't worry, Paimon will just watch from a distance and won't interrupt anything.
Let me think. Yes, I think it should be fine for you two to come with me. Alright, let's go together.
No problem. Doko doko. E então, quem é? Ah, cutscene. Quer dizer, não. Falta a pessoa chegar. Quem vai ser a pessoa?
There's no one else around. It looks like we're early.
My.
E aí, Miko, sério? Ela tá em todo canto, mano. Gorou. O cara correu como um vento. Assim que ele viu que era Ia e o bicho sumiu. Ah, mano, eu tenho que jogar um... Agora eu tenho que jogar um encontro do Gorou, mano. O hangout dele. Caraca, que medo da porra dela. Ai. Nossa senhora. Ai. Nossa senhora, eu ri demais agora. Caramba, mano. Essa me pegou do... O jeito que ele sumiu da cena.
If it isn't the leader of Watatsumi Island, who looks as soft as a jellyfish, but whose words sting like one too.
Vocês são amigas mesmo, tem certeza?
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Tô frito delicado.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine, soul of the
Linguado das profundezas. Oh, que fofo.
Hey, what's going on here? Miko is Kokomi's pen pal? No, it can't be. Look at them. Clearly they already knew each other. Does that mean...
Era apenas uma desculpa.
Whatever are you talking about? I don't understand. I'm simply here for the book review session with Miss Soul of the Deep. Let's go. The venue for this meeting is in the Konjo Commission headquarters up there. The view is excellent, making it a perfect place to drink tea and discuss creative ideas.
Who holds a book review in the Konjo Commission? You seriously expect anyone to believe that?
Paimon.
You're not here to talk about shaking up the Inazuman literary scene. You're here to talk about shaking up things in Inazuma as a whole.
Watatsumi Island will soon hold formal talks with the Shogunate on Inazuma's future development. It's essential to have an informal meeting like this one before the formal talks begin.
Right, especially with someone outside of the Shogunate like myself, who is in a good position to test out where each party draws the lines. But this is just our first meeting. It's a little too early to announce it to the general public. By the way, where is your general? Didn't you say he would be joining you?
That's right. Where did Gorou go?
Ele evaporou, fera.
Gorou went to buy some books for me. He won't be attending the book review.
Oh, what a pity. I was rather looking forward to
Oh,
seeing
shit.
those fluffy ears again.
Oh shit.
Traveler, I'd like to talk to you for a moment.
Eu adoraria tocar essas orelhas também. Agora sumiu.
I have been getting the sense that Gorou does not like having to deal with Guji Yae. So I was initially reluctant to bring him to Rita with me this time. I noticed he instinctively hid as soon as he saw her just now. However, Gorou has a strong sense of responsibility.
Tu quer que eu vá falar com ele?
He'll feel ashamed when he next sees me. So I would like to give him the task of buying some books for me to make things easier for him. But Gorou rarely buys anything. So, as a favor from me, I'd like to ask you to accompany him.
Tá ok, tá ok.
You focus on the meeting with Miko. Leave the books to us and Gorou.
Thank you. I made a list of the books I'd like to buy. Please, pass it on to Gorou.
Ok. Minha cachorra ainda tá latindo? Caraca, mano. Gorou.
Are you alright?
Oh, it's you. I wasn't expecting you-know-who to show up. It completely caught me by surprise. I had no idea what to say to her.
Que trauma do caramba.
Apparently already taken cover. I came here to ensure the safety of Her Excellency, but now I'm useless. I've become a burden instead.
Gorou, don't be so hard on yourself. Actually, Kokumi asked us to give you a very important task.
Her Excellency's purchase list. Got it. This is how Her Excellency wants me to make up for my mistakes. No problem. Just leave it to me.
A gente vai junto, cara.
Come with you. We can show you around the Iridori Festival while we're at it.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Sai da minha frente.
There is a children's storybook on this list called Night at Mount Yogo. I think this is the stand where it's being sold.
A children's storybook?
Yes, it's for the children of Watatsumi Island. Her Excellency says that this book is simply written and very useful for learning new words. Hello, I'll take 5 copies of Night at Mount Yogo, please.
Thank you for your patronage. Wow, you're a lucky customer. There's a coupon in one of the books you just bought, which entitles you to a free gift.
Oh.
Wow, Gorou got a free gift. That's amazing.
Here you go. A toy box.
Oh.
It's all yours.
Aceito. 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 Aceito.
Are you okay? The hair on your tail is standing on end.
Caraca.
Fine, thanks for the gift.
Eu aceito.
Could you maybe look after the toy for me?
Yes. Yes, please. Please.
Yes.
Please. Please. Please.
As a thank you gift.
Yes!
Coming with me to buy the books.
Seems like Gorou still hasn't recovered from seeing Miko.
Okay, next up. This isn't the focus of this.
Eu tenho fraco por raposas e lobos. São belos animais. São belos animais. Por isso que quando eu era... Acho que até hoje, meu animal sobrenatural preferido é o lobisomem. Acho que eu já assisti todos os filmes que tem sobre lobisomem, cara. Ganhei uma raposinha, mas nem posso colocar no bullying ainda.
Excuse me, are you Mr. Onodera? I'm here to pick up the new issue of A Legend of Sword for Soul of the Deep.
Hello there. Yes, I have the book right here. I heard Soul of the Deep is the VIP of the Iridori Festival, but couldn't make it here in time for the signing event due to the shipping schedule.
Also, if you have these books available, please give me one of each. Thank you.
All right, let me see. Oh my goodness. It's your lucky day.
What? De novo?
You were the 100th reader to buy the Saga of Hamavaran. That entitles you to receive a special edition version with a review personally written by Lady herself.
Essa mulher te persegue.
Are you okay? You don't look very well.
E aí persegue ele, mano.
Fine.
Em todos os sentidos Nossa senhora.
Soul of the Deep asked me to buy this book after all. I'm sure she'll be very happy to receive a special version with the chief editor's review.
Does not look like he's enjoying this at all.
Oh, one other thing. Because of the amount of your purchase, you're able to enter the Yae Publishing House's lucky draw.
Oh my god.
Just come with me, right this way.
Oh my god. Gorou é o cara sortudo mais azarado que eu conheço. Quer ver? Eu peguei uma visita aos templos. Quer apostar quanto? Ele vai tirar uma bola dourada que é um convite a visitar o templo. Quer ver? Quer ver? Ah, meu Deus do céu. Quer ver? Eu já tô vendo. Quer ver?
The grand prize is a full collection of each light novel published by Yae Publishing House.
Oh.
Not only is the prize awarded personally by Lady Yae,
oh no.
You will also have the chance to shake hands.
Oh no, no, no.
Not only do I have to meet her, but I have to shake her hand and take a photo with her too?
What? This guy won the Yae Publishing House's grand prize? Wow, that's so lucky!
An entire set of all their light novels. That's worth a lot of money.
Excuse me, ma'am. Could we discuss this?
I
don't actually want the light novels.
Huh? You mean you want to give up the prize?
Gorou, don't give up your prize. If you don't want to see Miko, that's fine. We'll figure something out.
No, that's not what I meant. I'm not giving up the prize, and I can cope with the ceremony and the picture taking. But I have a request. I would like to ask Yae Publishing House to change the prize from light novels to books on agricultural science of equivalent value.
Agricultural science?
Yes. The land in Watatsumi Island is quite barren and always yields a poor grain harvest. We've been looking for new ways to improve the residents' lives. One of her Soul of the Deep's core objectives for the Iridori Festival was to purchase some works on crop cultivation and aquaculture. If I can get these books as my prize instead, we can save a lot of money, and Soul of the Deep can buy some other useful resources too.
I see. I understand your request, but I don't have the authority to grant it. Lady Yae will have to have the final say.
Vai ter que pedir ela, Gorou.
Contact Lady Yae now. Please wait for our reply at the 5 Kasen Plaza. Depending on the situation, Lady Yae might need to negotiate this matter with you further in person.
Okay, understood.
Força, garoto. Força. Eu acredito que tu consegue, fera. Aí deixou ele comprar uma mesmo, hein? Nossa senhora. Mas com certeza ela vai negociar com ele.
You really don't like having to deal with Miko, but you still agreed to the ceremony and even made your own demands.
You think so? I guess I got a burst of courage when I thought about Her Excellency's orders and the people of Watatsumi Island.
Quero ver tu ficar nessa atitude quando a Yae chegar.
How can I let something like this defeat me?
Quer ver?
I'm ready now. I feel like I'm back on the battlefield. Even if Yae Miko does come to
ela vai aparecer nas costas dele, quer ver?
I won't let myself be pressured by her.
Quer ver? Eu já tô vendo.
You look pretty nervous though, Gorou.
Well, probably because I just realized she might make a cunning counter request just to toy with me.
É bem a cara dela.
How did it go? What did Guji Yae say?
Lady Yae has agreed to your request to swap the light novels for books on agricultural
science.
That's great! Additionally, Lady Yae says that she will include a few extra works, considering your intended use for those books. You may accompany me to Yae Publishing House's warehouse to select your preferred books. I believe your return ship leaves tomorrow night. We will package the selected books and take them directly onto the ship for you.
Nice!
The books? Then, what about the ceremony?
Lady Ai said selecting the books may take up a lot of your time and energy. To ensure you have fond memories of the Iridori Festival, she decided to cancel the ceremony. Although, she did leave you a letter. You can read it on your own time.
I didn't think Yae Miko would cancel the ceremony. Huh. I was so convinced that she would try and make a fool of me. It seems like I was overly suspicious of her. Anyway, I'll go with the editor to pick the books now.
Ela tem alguma coisa escondida na manga, fera. Certeza.
Great. See you tomorrow night.
Ela sempre tem um plano, fera. Ela sempre... Eu não confio naquela raposa de jeito nenhum. Ela sempre tem um plano. Certeza. Ela não... certeza. Quantas vezes mais eu vou ter que adiantar a hora nesse jogo? Meu Deus do céu. Aí. Olha lá. Já tô vendo eles. Sou eu, bola de fogo.
Very worthwhile. The book review session was a big success, and I feel very positive about the forthcoming talks.
Nice.
Gorou also made a great contribution. He procured a whole batch of useful books for Watatsumi Island.
I may have won the prize, but ultimately, it was Yae Miko who gave us all these books for free. If I have the chance in the future, I must thank her properly.
Speaking of, didn't Yae Miko send you a letter yesterday? What did it say?
Oh, I almost forgot.
Quer ver?
I'll read it now.
Quer ver?
Dear Gorou, I suppose you must have been extremely nervous when you heard about the prospect of the award ceremony and the photo. It came as a surprise indeed to learn that not only did you accept those conditions, you also made your own demands. Your courage has won my respect.
Oh.
Those books are a token of my goodwill to Watatsumi Island, and also my gift to you. I do hope you like them.
PS.
Yes, I'm sure that by this point you must be feeling ever so grateful for my kindness.
Quer ver?
Looking for a way to repay me.
Eu sabia, eu sabia.
Here's your chance. Yae Publishing House will host an event.
I knew it.
And we are looking for someone to dress up as a character from a light novel.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
You are not only patient, but also very beautiful. Why don't you come and help us? I'll prepare a tailor-made outfit.
I knew it. Ah, era a melhor foto, fera. Era a melhor foto.
And by the way, it'll be a woman's outfit.
I knew it. I knew she was up to something.
Eu também sabia, fera. Sempre. Nunca confie na Yae. Quer dizer, sempre confie nela, mas sempre saiba que ela tá com alguma coisa... planejando alguma coisa de segundo plano. Aí é incrível, cara. Bom, galera, mas é isso aí. Agora sim a gente terminou tudo. Terminamos o evento finalmente. Agora é só esperar acabar o banner do Ayato e ver o que vai vir com o banner da Ayaka. Mas até lá, esse vídeo ficou por aqui. Se curtiram, deixa um like. Não se esquece. É verdade. Nem sempre as leis estão corretas. Mas como eu tô dizendo, se curtiram o vídeo, deixa um like. Não se esquece de se inscrever para não perder os próximos vídeos. Ativa o sininho para receber notificação quando tiver vídeo novo. E é isso aí. Vejo vocês. Ela é fofa. No próximo vídeo de Genshin Impact. Valeu. Falou.